Was
How's Kurt's?
Kurt Werner Kurtzog is good.
That's what you call him.
I should really start calling him that.
Werner Kurtzog. Hell yeah.
Move that. How's the kid that had
How
to
he
go to the
started?
hospital?
They're fine. Negative X-rays. They're good.
Just a 9.9 out of 10.
Yeah, isn't that funny?
He's about to die. Did he come up with this? Did he come up with the scale that 10 is your head cut off, or did the doc say?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And the rest of the bus ride was a nightmare. After that,
so it was a ski trip for the school,
for the middle schoolers. Yeah. And it's a bloodbath.
It seems like a risky kind of field trip for a school. Ski trip?
It does, when they don't make them wear helmets.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Imagine like a kid. Can they only stay in like one area, or can they go higher and higher?
Well, yeah, they're supposed to stay with their group, but then they all just scatter.
Like, what if a kid just tried to do too much and like fell off cliffside?
Yeah, you wonder.
That's wild.
It is supremely wild. I'm not going to be a part of it, maybe going forward. But I had fun. It was a good patter. How we start this bitch?
You a good skier?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. It's not for me, my joints a little bit in my old age, but yeah.
I remember the first time I went, I thought I tore my ACL. I was trying to stop, and I was like slowing down. I was 18 years old doing my first time skiing. I was trying to stop, and like my knee buckled, and I just went like completely sideways. Like both of them went sideways.
Damn.
Like, fuck.
Damn.
It was like limping around. I think we're just gonna start it with a movie.
Movie. I impressed a lot of the kids by skiing backwards, so that was chill.
Shit, you can ski backwards?
A little bit.
You are good.
Yeah.
Better at that than you were at ice skating.
Yeah, I suck at ice skating.
You're too tall for ice skating.
That's right. Skiing though. Movie.
Yeah. Did you finally watch it? Did you watch it on Tuesday?
I did. I did.
Good.
Half it on Monday, half on Tuesday. Yeah.
Good. All right. Oh, my glasses are crooked.
Been a while, but I remember how shitty it was.
So bad. What a movie. All right. Let's do this. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you movie?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, play.
Oh, we got to restart for some reason.
Okay.
It took off, but the fucking time monitor wasn't on there for some reason.
Weird.
Let's do it again.
1, 2, 3, play. Billy movie. Billy.
Chili.
My chili. I do love a cup of chili though. Chili.
I do as well. Unless there's tomatoes in the chili.
Oh, see, I still love it. A little spice to it. Spicy, cheesy, meaty. Some people don't like chili that has beans in it. I'm good with beans. I'm good with meat.
I love beans.
I'm good with a vegetable chili. I'd need some cheese. No. Need some onions. Need some sort of cracker. Like, I love Fritos personally in my chili.
Wow, how unique of you, Brandon.
I know, right? And then a little spice. Throw some hot sauce in there.
And some like spaghetti noodles.
No, I'm not that Midwestern. I don't do the chili spaghetti.
How do you think the Scottish eat their spaghetti?
With potatoes.
Potatoes.
Potatoes. Sure,
We have
Billy.
Sir Billi.
Ooh, actually, at dinner tonight, we went to a place that my parents know the owners. They used to work with one of them at Sears forever ago, and now they owned a food truck, and then they made it a brick and mortar shop. And we had some egg rolls and whatnot, and they're great. And then they come out and they're like, my dad's like, I want the spicy egg rolls. And I'm like, the owner Toby, he's like, you really want the spicy egg rolls? And he's like, yeah, bring out two of them. And he's like, they're like, okay. And so they bring them out, and the waitress is like, hey, do these guys need to sign the waiver? Like, there's a waiver that they can't be held liable for how spicy they are if it hurts your if it hurts your body. So we had some of those tonight. They really,
Dang, you're gonna feel it tomorrow, even worse.
I
Out your
I just
butthole.
I just had a little poop earlier that was not.
I,
It
I
wasn't
don't
like,
know if that was the fiery one.
yeah, it was not the fiery one. Dabs of Da Bomb with my cousin Eric. That was fun.
And then that's some fiery butts. Yeah,
That was some fiery butts.
we compared.
Fiery shit coming out of the butt. Kind of like Sir Billi.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Spoilers.
So it opens with a bad bagpipe player, and Billy Productions, as we have a full-on James Bond style opening song and graphics.
It's like a, when was this movie made? 2012. It's like a
Or
straight
11.
out of 2001 era PlayStation graphics, like a Spyro game.
Yeah, Spyro's a great. It is PlayStation 1 for sure.
Very
Honestly,
angular,
GoldenEye,
incredibly
like
ugly.
N64
Yeah,
GoldenEye,
you're right. It's
Crash
it's
Bandicoot.
it's such a bad animation style
And you're like, what
for a
is this
movie.
James Bond animation, like intro graphics? It's like where you've got the silhouettes and then they transpose the scene inside half the face of a silhouette. And then they cut the
Of
scene into like
Billy.
6 things, and it's all Billy and it's
There's
all
blood on it.
breasts. And you're like, what? And then there's like an Austin Martin that drives by and you're like, what? And then there's a goat and you're like, okay, this is Sir Billy.
Our hero.
But it opens on Loch Bendrick, 5:29 a.m. Sure, Billy talks about how he went on a walk and thought about how everything used to be rare when he was young.
It's a nostalgia movie.
It's
He
not.
he yearns for the Scotland of old.
I don't know where this. No, this is the worst.
It's just a framing device, Brandon.
So some cops are at the scene arresting a bunch of beavers as they are illegal animals in
Sure.
Scotland now. I don't know why, but they are.
They're not native, I don't believe.
Sure. And
Maybe that's a like a metaphor for the English or something.
or vaginas.
No, yeah, no, probably not that.
Well, during one such removal, a lorry carrying a large group of beavers is involved in an accident as the driver must eat his candy bar that he dropped and got stuck to the floor on a winding canyon. So he's reaching to grab it, almost runs into a rabbit in the road, and the wreck lets loose some of the beavers that were caught.
Really highlights the diversity of Scotland's wildlife, natural
Rabbits and
fauna,
beavers. Yeah.
and
Um,
goats,
and candy bars.
candy bars.
And the officers in charge of the operation, Officer Mackenzie and Officer McTavish, of course, they're both mix.
They're all mixed, yeah.
Yeah. They managed to recapture most of the beavers, but one escape. The escapee, little Bessie Boo.
Bessie Boo. Has some charm, I guess, as a beaver.
I guess.
Maybe she's like Mary Queen of Scots in the allegory.
Oh, could be. Or Joan of Arc.
Yeah,
Yeah.
French.
And she hides behind a rock and doesn't get caught and is subsequently adopted by a family of rabbits. And on the orders of the Scottish government, beavers have become illegal, and so they ship all of Bessie Boo's family to Norway. She's now an orphan with the rabbits.
And she learns to speak rabbitese and nibble on carrots and all that.
What else does a rabbit do? Shakes its little furry ass.
Hops around.
Honestly, the beavers didn't look like beavers. They looked more like rabbits. I thought she was a rabbit at
They
first.
well, I mean, they all look like fucking abomination slug things.
What movie had the worst animation? Was it Dougal? Was it this? Or was it Legend of Kung Fu Rabbit?
Probably Legend of Kung Fu Rabbit, but then maybe this, and then Dougal.
Yeah, surprisingly, I think Dougal looked the best
At
of
the
the
best,
three.
looked the best of the three worst looking movies ever.
Actually, the gingerbread man looked really bad with his fucking
I was gonna
face.
say, and the evil bong, yeah.
Yeah, if their faces were the worst. Well, cut to 5 years later, the case of the Beavers has been closed, and they have Officer McKenzie and McTavish have been dismissed from their roles. They are now just supposed to be desk job people, but Officer McKenzie won't let it go. He's convinced one Beaver is still out there, and he gets fired from the squad and launches an individual search, impersonating as
Why
a
would
cop.
he care if there's just one? It can't procreate then.
Yeah, it'll die eventually.
But he treats it like a genocidal maniac would against
Yeah,
Bessie
for
Boo.
sure. And
Nazis.
Victoria, the duck flying a
Yeah,
plane.
of course.
She's kind of
Yeah.
our fourth wall, like Greek chorus who guides us
She's a
along the
little
way
bit
of
of a
the
Greek
movie,
chorus. A little bit Malcolm in the middle.
just like wailing to us about how she will be taking us into the Highlands to explore the life of Sir Billi.
For Billy, our hero. We haven't
Actually,
even met yet.
Sir William Sedgwick, aka Sir
Yeah.
Billi. He is a veterinarian and resides with Gordon, a goat who behaves like a dog, but is also bipedal, um, outside of the small town of Catterness, located within the Scottish Highlands.
A sort of like idyllic hobbit town almost.
Sure. And
Yeah.
immediately I put, why does Gordon walk like that? He does the dog stretch, but then he stands up on both legs and just,
He keeps it the whole movie. Yeah.
man, he's like, he's walking
He's
like
a
he's on a
fun,
runway.
lovable. He's a fun, lovable guy.
Oh, I hated Gordon.
Well, I think you're seeing him wrong, Brandon. He's supposed to be the Scottish playfulness of the movie.
Man, he looks like he just took a shit and didn't wipe and is like, he just stood up and just started walking.
He looks like the roach Jim walking like the bed bug in the office.
All smug.
Yeah.
He really does look like the bedbug roach walk that Jim does in the office. He looks like he took a shit, he didn't wipe, and he stood up and just started
He's
walking.
supposed to be lovable. He's supposed
He
to be
is.
like Ronald McDonald's dog.
Oh, that might have been one of the worst looking things I've ever seen. Sunday, oh,
Sunday was a bad dog.
especially especially live action Sunday. Oh, that was the
I
worst.
remember. Yeah,
Oh,
he was hungry.
I actually looked up the Wacky Adventures of Ronald McDonald the other day. I think I was at work trying to find a clip of something. Oh, it wasn't at work. It was at home. I was like, Marina, do you want to hear what the Hamburglar actually sounds like? And she's like, no. I was like, I'm gonna play it for you anyway. And then I saw it and I was like, oh,
Start crying.
I hate live action Sunday. No, she didn't. Maybe if it went on for long enough. The Hamburglar! She would have hated it.
Only show her those cartoons growing up. Nothing else.
Oogity boogity hip hop woo.
Figure out racist.
Hip hop woo.
That's good.
What if she gets I am hungry? What if she learned? What if she knows?
She understands.
Yeah.
So maybe she'll be assigned to be a great film critic one day.
Yeah, or just a genius, or maybe bipolar. One of them.
I think a genius and great film critic are one and the same.
Ooh, and maybe bipolar.
And maybe bipolar.
So, Sir Billy's grandson,
Amy bipolar.
Jake. Ooh, that's a good Amy bipolar. That's good. Sir Billy's grandson, Jake. He lives in the royal castle. Is Sir Billy?
There's a lot of castles.
Is Sir Billy royal?
I think he's like maybe like royalty insofar as this Catterness place.
Maybe.
Catterness place.
He slid down like a giant trapdoor luge thing to get ready for school.
Classic
and
Scottish entrance.
getting ready for his grandpa to pick him up. And he hops out. He gets in the car with Gramps and their little yellow Range Rover thing. And on the drive, they stop to check out a new person to the town. The sister of Patty. Her name's Tony.
It's Tony. She's got some pretty big boobs.
She got big boobs. She's got a tight waist. She's got blonde hair.
Boobs.
Patty also has big boobs, and of course, both of them have a low cut shirt. So it's a lot of cleavage for this animated show.
The horny children's Scottish movie, yeah, that's what it's giving.
It's super horny.
Favorite.
And Seth's favorite. She's Tony's in from Manhattan. She's arrived to town, and so Sir Billi, she was like, I don't know, she was supposed to be like 30 and like a single Manhattanite. Big boobs. Sir Billy's a grandpa. Sure. He's like 70.
70.
He's like
Sean Connery, actually.
He's about to get his flirt on. He gets out, flirts with her. He's like, "I'm gonna take your bags back."
The grandson's in the car. Put the grandson watching.
Yeah, of course.
Your back.
Take your bags to town. And
fuck around, get fucked up. Ah.
Just beating each other up over there.
Fucked around.
No, he fucked around. He got fucked up. Yeah, he found out. But yeah, he gets on. He takes her bags back to town, and that cop, Officer Mackenzie, he's like, I'm gonna catch you, Beaver. He's just like roaming through the woods, just yelling, Beaver, Beaver.
It's like Robert Downey Jr. in Zodiac. Yeah, a drunken, old, obsessed,
hoping
Captain Ahab type figure.
Oh, wow. Good literary device. Connections everywhere. And Bessie and the rabbits, they're out partaking in a Scottish Highland tradition. Toboggan racing. Rabbit toboggan racing. Which they're
like a cool Ryan's thing, yeah.
Their uncle, like Red Dave or something, he was a previous champion at
it. Red McDave.
Yeah, there's got to be a Mick somewhere in there. He was a champion. And so Bessie's adopted brother, little named Wee Dave. And
Wee Dave?
Wee Dave. Bessie actually goes first, Bessie Boo. And she kind of succeeds. Like, oh my God, you're good. She used her tail as kind of like a rudder to steer her while going super fast. So Wee Dave tries to one up her with his mother. They go over the edge and fall into a river due to Wee Dave's carelessness.
Wee Dave.
So they're in there. The river's just roaring. They're just being dragged away, and they're like, they can't swim. They're rabbits. So Bessie just cliff dives into the water, like belly flops into it.
Angel moment, yeah.
A true martyr.
But she lives. This doesn't kill her.
Well,
she gets one of her 7 lives as a rabbit.
She's a beaver.
As a beaver.
And beavers can swim. And so Billy and Gordon and Billy's grandson Jake, they're driving towards Caternus when another rabbit runs out into the road and alerts them of the problem. It's just like crying and crying and crying. It's like, there's a rabbit that fell into the thing. I was like, wait, they can understand the rabbits?
They don't speak rabbitese. They all speak Scottish.
But they understand. Gaelic. They all speak Gaelic, and they're like, okay, what? Sir Billy's like, what can we do to help? And then Jake, the grandson that's never met this rabbit or anybody before, and Gordon the goat, they just start crying at the rabbit stories. Like, do they know these rabbits?
It's the parable of the plight, Brandon. They're empathetic people.
Well, Billy, after hearing the sob story, decides, well, I'm not just going to go to the river right now to save him. I've got to get everyone in the town square for a deputation so that we can form groups and develop a plan.
A posse. Yeah, and my grandson's going to go to school still.
He does. So he gets everybody together. They're going to split off into groups and create a rescue plan. Some are going to go upriver. Some are going to go downriver. Some are going to go to Baron McTuff's farm, which is towards the end of the riverbank. But the only problem, they have to save them before reaching Baron McTuff's farm because he built a new dam that opened today, and it's already got its turbine running.
He'll be chopped liver if he makes it down there. He'll be turned into electricity.
And well, he's begging him to like turn off the turbines. He's like, no, that's money.
Of course, it's an
Money,
anti-capitalist film.
money, money, money.
It's a Marxist movie.
It's a Mr. Krabs movie.
Mr. Krabs is a sort of satire on Marxist.
He really
enemies.
is.
Yeah.
And so Billy adjourns the meeting, but not before noticing Officer Mackenzie acting strangely, crawling on rooftops, and then he gets him down, he questions his identity, and he threatens him to leave his town. Apparently, this is Sir Billy's town. It's like he's almost
I mean about the royalty.
Yeah. And so
they don't have mayors in Scotland, but yeah.
Mackenzie, he calls his old cop buddy McTavish from earlier. That he's like, I got a lead on the last beaver.
Yeah.
He's like, you got to get down here. I think the beaver's already like dead in the dam, but you got to get down here. There's a lead on this beaver. So McTavish,
this fucking beaver,
McTavish, who's on a desk job already, reluctantly accepts the help. He didn't really want to.
Out and goes down. Yeah. They all kind of walk
smug.
Like float.
Well, during the group search, Gordon, the duck, calls Victoria, the pilot duck. She's just got a working phone up there. And she's like, hey, check the skies, check along the riverbanks, tell me what you see. They find Bessie's adoptive mother, the rabbit, fucking unconscious on a rock, just like tongue out dead.
Destroyed. The Greek chorus getting involved. The fourth wall went back into the third wall.
Exactly. Not just a character, or not just a narrative device, but now a character. Kind of like
postmodern.
No, what was I gonna say? It's kind of like The Tempest.
A little Tempest-y. It's probably borrowed, you're right. A story within a story. Make your own story.
Remember when they were like, this is the hottest man I've ever seen? It's like, yeah, you've only ever seen your dad and that monster by the river.
Dad and the monkey monster. He was hot, though. Sebastian.
He was hot, yeah. So, they find the body. Gordy finds her body sniffing around. And Sir Billy, being a veterinarian, he runs over. He helps ease her pain and bring her back to full strength after she wiggles her toes. They were afraid that she broke her spine and they were going to have to put her down. I was like, you're going to have to put her down?
Just like the kid on the mountain yesterday.
Yeah, he thought he broke his spine. Is that what it was?
His leg, but yeah.
Yeah, so they're like, I think you broke your spine. She's just like, and they're like, can you move? She's like, it's like, wiggle your toes.
And can't wiggle them. Yeah.
What he does is he gives her some water to drink. Maybe morphine. I don't know.
It's ducks all they need are water. Or rabbits, I guess, or whatever. So it has carrot juice in it.
He was like, just drink this, it'll make you feel better. And I was like, what are you?
You were suspicious.
Ketamine? Ketamine?
Oxy. Did you get in trouble ever for selling Oxy to your customers, or did you get by on that one?
I've not. I mean, I've sold Oxy to people, but never illegally.
Like to druggies.
I've never done that.
Oh, okay.
I've never done that.
Well, you can tell me off air.
I'll tell you off air. I've never done that.
Okay.
Oh no! Don't wink.
Pharmacist, yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't do that. That's just something.
Do that.
It's just you don't do. And you don't wink.
Yeah.
No. So yeah, he gives her some water that might have been morphine or. Oh yeah, wasn't that? I forgot that was a thing where it's like if you told a lie but you crossed your fingers, the lie was null, or you were pretending to tell the truth but you crossed your fingers and so it lets you get out of it or whatever. It was you were just nullifying it with a little fuck ass little trick.
Yeah, that's common. That's common. That's layman's terms.
Fuck ass is the layman term.
Yeah, you can do that even at like weddings and stuff to get it annulled.
Oh shit, Your Honor, I have my fingers crossed. No.
No, come on, Billy.
The only thing worse than that would be like I don't know, like your best man losing the rings or something.
That was a good bit.
You did it so many times
The
too. You're
best
like,
bit.
I'm gonna lose the rings. Oh.
Yeah,
Good bit.
great bit.
And you and
Great
Alex
bit.
bowing at each other at
That
the
was a
at
good
the
bit
altar.
too.
That was a good bit. So they bring the mom back to life after some water and morphine. And a woman just driving with the admiral. This is just a new character we meet. They're driving in an Aston Martin down the road.
Admiral hates the water. Yeah.
They're in a sports car. They soon locate Bessie and her brother Wee Dave floating down the river,
Hey, Dave.
approaching Baron McTuff's dam. But of
Danger.
course, the admiral, the war person. What is an admiral? He had some sort of
They're
military
they're the
background.
general of the a navy. Yeah.
Okay, this man was afraid to get out of the car and jump in and save him. So
That's what makes it humorous because he's supposed to be like the best water guy.
the woman ends up like driving the car, trying to rescue him and all that kind of stuff. Can you quit coughing into the microphone?
All right, that was the last one.
I have to edit all those out.
No, keep him in. It's gritty.
I thought about the other day when I was editing the last episode. I was like, what if I made a compilation of just every Lukas cough into the microphone? And it's just like 8 minutes of just coughing and like,
That'd be good. It's a good bit.
no, bad.
Funny.
Bless you, Alex.
Award winning. That was the cat.
Are you sure
That's
it
the
really
cat.
sounds like a human sneeze?
No, that was the kitty meowing.
Wow. Well, the cops show up in a helicopter because they're coming to the dam, attempting to pluck Bessie from her raft before the dam. But Victoria's there too in her plane, just flies it into the helicopter,
Fucking 9/11's that shit. Yeah.
and she doesn't like go head on. She flies straight at it, and then at the last minute does a
That's a
little
crazy
turn
moment.
and just hits the helicopter blade with her
Bumps it
wing.
up.
Yeah,
Cat from
causing it
outer
to
space
crash.
shit.
I think about that.
Thrilling.
I think about that ending a lot,
Thrilling.
as you should. And finally, Bessie and Wee Dave, they jump off the raft before. I'm like, why didn't you jump off the raft? Why were you riding on this? Just swim to the shoreline.
Well, the Wee Dave he doesn't know how to swim, Brandon.
Just hold on to the fucking beaver.
The beaver doesn't realize it can swim, I guess.
Yeah, because she thinks she's a rabbit. Well, they finally jump off and they swim to the side.
Little Machiavellian curse.
Billy are waiting there to pull them up. The group manages to rescue Dave, only to narrowly miss Bessie as she slips through the unnetted overflow gate to the other side of the dam. Baron McTuff is out here, cutting corners, not netting off his overflow gate. How many animals have slipped through there?
Maybe one or more. This maybe wasn't the first anti-capitalist sort of Rudyard Kipling.
Ooh, yeah.
Kiplian.
Well, Gordon, he somehow knows this dam like the back of his hand. He pushes a button which opens up a secret compartment with an attached bungee cord section.
They're going, yeah.
So he gets all tied up and everything, and he just does this free fall bungee jump down to catch Bessie with perfect, immaculate timing as she falls through the pipes.
Almost like the divers in the Great Wall. Not
yes. This is an homage to the Great Wall.
I think so. You're right. A spiritual sequel. Even
though the Great Wall, I think, came out 6 years later, but it is.
it.
And luckily, right below them was the boat from the woman that was with the admiral. They got on a boat and are there to intersect him at the bottom.
They're all gonna meet. Yeah.
So they land on the boat, but amidst the commotion, Gordy gets a cramp. The goat gets a cramp, and he falls into the river.
No, Gordy. That's the hero of the movie, Brandon.
The quickly retrieves him. The Russian submarine.
I couldn't. I couldn't hear any of that. Only to say that Gordy is our hero of the movie.
Oh, for sure he is. And they get him quickly back on the boat. It wasn't like he was in the water for long until a retired Russian submarine from the nuclear wars surfaces from right below them, and they're stuck on top of the sub. Why is a Russian sub in Scottish lock waters?
I don't know. How does it get there? I think
the lock
maybe
is a lake. How did it get in the fucking lake?
I think they're trying to find a monster of legend of sorts, perhaps, because I've seen submarines in that area.
But not Russian. Russia just snuck in carrying a submarine and put it in the goddamn water in a lake.
You're telling me Putin wouldn't?
Putin would.
This is Putin still. He's been in charge for a while.
And Victoria flies by in the plane. She drops a rope down for Gordy to jump on and grab onto the rope to get off the submarine. And he's just dangling from the rope from a plane all over. Don't make that face.
Sorry.
Dangling from the rope until the rope snaps.
No!
And boy just right out of the sky, heading straight for the pavement on the shore.
Fucking Gordy's fucked up in this sequence, yeah.
But Sir Billi and like the firefighters are there. They've got one of those like giant trampolines to catch people
that
with.
Bounces you out, yeah.
Yeah, so they get right below him. They're ready to catch him. They all gathered there. They get him in the trampoline, but not quite in the right position because he
flies out.
He's towards the edge of it, and he smacks the back of his head against the metal edge and just fucking dies. The goat dog dies.
Not Gordy, no, our hero.
It like slows it down to watch his head snap against the metal. I was like, what was that?
I can't really tell the audience of this movie. Ostensibly, it's a kids' movie.
And
this
so
is gruesome.
Oh man, Billy has he's standing over his goat dog, his best friend. He's having flashbacks to his times with Gordy, as you know, they learn English together, as he's performing Singing in the Rain, as they're doing the running up the Capitol building steps like in Rocky. Gordy was
Rocky.
Philadelphia.
It had an Uncle Boone feel to it all.
No, it did not.
Deep, pervasive sense of impending doom, especially in this sequence.
That there was. They were also watching movies. They were playing fetch. They were reading books about identity crises together because he thinks he's a dog. So Victoria throws Billy from the plane a bottle of water / morphine or something from the sky. The same shit he used earlier. She's like, I got one of these in my plane. Here you go.
It's like Mike's magic juice, yeah.
And she throws it. It's a little off. The throw's not spot on. But his grandson, Jake, does a perfect diving catch off a car rooftop for it.
Pretty cool.
Which then he gives Billy and he uses on Gordy, which revives Gordy.
It's like some Scottish miracle drink. And our hero is back.
And
we didn't need the death sequence. Memory montage.
Billy's daughter, Lady Serena, Jake's mother, the royal part of the family, Lady Serena, hands Bessie Boo to the submarine's captain. But the Russian dude, he's just, don't make that face. He's just on shore now. But Officer Mackenzie convinces the Russian guy to hand him Bessie over, and so he escapes with her. The evil villain has the beaver.
I guess it's fitting the evil villain's Russian.
No, he was just there. He just gave the beaver to Officer Mackenzie.
That's right. Why would I don't like the Russian guy still.
I don't either. And then Mackenzie hijacks Sir Billi's Land Rover.
No. Is that a Scottish vehicle?
I don't think so.
They have
Causing
vehicles.
Billy to give chase in fucking the Admiral's Aston Martin, like a James Bond shit.
Another reference. Yeah, a little bit of some Bond in the score at this point.
So he catches up to him in the Aston Martin. They're driving along this winding mountaintop road when they're about to hit a cow. Luckily, Sir Billi saves the cow from being ran over the road with one of the Aston Martin's sideways punching bag
Super
controls
gadgets
of the car.
that they all
Yeah,
have. Yeah.
they all have it. Yeah, so that it could get the cow out of the way. But that leads to Mackenzie escaping with Bessie Boo.
Damn it. This is a low point in the movie, Brandon.
And I know he's got like a sports car still to chase him down, but with no other choice, Billy can't follow the road. He's too far ahead. He's got to go off-roading on nothing else but his trusty skateboard that he keeps with him.
This is the Gramps, of course. Yeah. He just
The
saved the day.
70-year-old Sir Billy becomes the skateboard kid, skates across the Highlands, and then hits this huge jump over a construction site and parachutes down onto the
tricks
vehicle.
too. Yeah.
Does a couple ollies, hits a grind.
Sure, Billy's a badass. I don't remember Bond skateboarding in any movies.
Never did, no.
I doubt it. I remember him rollerblading once.
Really?
On 35. Yeah.
Wow. Well, he hits that big jump, parachutes down onto the vehicle with Bessie Boo and Mackenzie, and as they fight in the car, they're punching each other back and forth. They're riding recklessly through like a military base until they end up being stopped by a detective.
4 stars in Grand Theft Auto. Right there. Or 5 stars.
Once you hit the military base?
Yeah.
3 stars once you get into the airport.
I think that's right. I don't fuck around in the Scottish Air Force. The Royal Scottish Air Force.
And the military base. Yeah, they're stopped by a detective. Mackenzie immediately is like, I'm a cop. Arrest this man. He's like, he's been keeping a beaver, which is illegal. But Mackenzie gets arrested for his crimes of impersonating a cop, stealing a Land Rover, and endangering wildlife from a private estate. Apparently, Bessie Boo belongs to the estate of
He's private.
Yeah.
And if anything, Scottish people respect his land property ownership.
Exactly.
It's their only way that you can vote, I think.
Is that true? I don't know if that's true or not. It might. 100% might.
Up until a point.
I mean, it was here too.
I think we should do that again.
You have to own land.
Or people.
That means you would be able to vote.
I mean, I could buy a person.
I guess you could. I guess you really could.
If it came down to it.
Because you would obviously do that before buying land.
Abolitionism.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't afford land.
Well, Billy promises after Mackenzie's arrested to reunite Bessie with her family and take down the no beaver signs.
Hell yeah, they're allowed, Brandon.
Which is it's a law. This is like the Scotland's law. You can't just take it down. Like, well, how do you have? Is it like a state?
Well, this Sir Billi's. He owns the whole parish ostensibly.
And the state law overrules the federal.
Yeah, the parish law supersedes the no beaver.
Okay,
dictate.
That's interesting. And so Patty's with her sister Tony. You know, they're walking through the woods after this whole rescue mission. She's telling Tony about how Billy has never dated a woman before, and he likes to keep his youth by skateboarding.
Ow. As we all do. Ow!
He was actually biting you.
Oh yeah, he's fucking me up. As a kitty does.
Fuck around, find out. And so she's like, oh my goodness, he's never dated a woman before. Maybe he should take this thing for a ride. But then...
How has he not never dated a woman if he has a grandchild?
And a child.
And a child. Oh, yeah.
I
Seems
thought
like
about that. I thought about that too. I was like, the logistics are not here. What
maybe
do you?
he's just a fucking stud player, I guess.
He's just somebody's
And
baby
seed
dad.
all over,
Yeah. Oh my goodness, the whole town is his family. He's been dropping seed left and right.
but not dropping commitment.
Correct. And then Victoria in her plane is just like golfing on the wing of the plane. She's rambling about the Gulf Coast and the golfing and Jack Nicklaus and Arnold Palmer. Oh shit,
Scotland
I'm
invented
thinking of
golf.
Arnold Palmer.
Oh, yeah, Scotland invented golf. Their thing.
I thought that actually that checks out.
In
I
like the
remember
1400s.
I remember old timey pictures of like golfers wearing kilts and shit. So
Yeah, it was like in the 1400s. It's crazy old.
dang.
Yeah.
Well, the townspeople, they're celebrating their victory at the Catterness Inn, while Bessie is returned to her adoptive bunny mother, and Billy gives an empowering speech about the importance of coming together as a town.
It's ridiculous, but yeah.
And then we get a full second song number, another James Bond style
Yeah.
song and sequence as the cleavage ladies are the go-go dancers on the stage.
Are they supposed to be like the Bond girls too? Are they like Pussy Platinum and Octopussy and shit?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, Pussy Platinum.
And as everybody's celebrating, Billy leaves the celebration to drive
Has
off
to
into
take a
the
moment.
moonlight
Yeah.
with his new woman Tony
Yeah.
for
The
his first
skateboard's
ever
back.
date, and that is the end of Sir Billi.
He learned a lot, Brandon.
He really did.
About his country, this fucking Odyssey. Yeah.
Odyssey, I saw that the some of the roles like Matt Damon
Assless.
as Odysseus.
Um, Tom Holland is Halifaxensis or something.
Zendaya was Athena.
Someone was Agamemnon.
I can't remember anymore. But yeah, Castless
Brian
came out.
Cox.
But they
Fuck
learned a
off.
lot. We learned a lot.
We loved
We
a lot. We laughed a lot.
quoted a lot. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do for movie clips for this. This is the worst.
It's a do his speech at the end. Do the goat or do the rabbit. I don't know. Did you have any quotes, Brandon? You sometimes you don't.
I have 7 quotes.
Any IMDb's?
No IMDb's. Do you have any quotes? You usually do.
I
You didn't freeze. You didn't freeze.
I says that. I'm protesting until those prisoners are returned.
Okay. Well, my first quote is a Lukas quote
From me?
from this episode.
Oh damn. That's that's interactive.
I know, right? Very meta. I'm like Victoria breaking the fourth wall. You didn't freeze. You didn't freeze.
Sorry.
The Lukas quote that I have is uh if a peacock truly trusts you, that means something.
That does, yeah. Thank you. That's like one of your profound quotes.
Do not be a traitor on peacocks.
No,
Again, people. Fuck.
that's fuck. No, don't fuck the peacocks if they trust you.
Yeah,
They'll
don't
take advantage.
they trust so much when they let you into their lives. So don't.
It's so rare that they love so deeply.
Yeah. My other quotes after that beautiful quote are these fucking things. Oh, one of them is a Marina quote. During the intro credits,
Good.
Marina just goes, "This looks like Jimmy Neutron." I was like,
Okay, yeah. The early 2000s era.
a more pointy, worse Jimmy Neutron.
Made on Game Boy Advance. Yeah.
Yeah. The one where, yeah, the Game Boy Advance where it didn't have a backlight on it, so you had to like get the adapter to have extra light on the
It looks
screen.
like that. They made it in that video processor.
when they see Patty and Tony coming in, and Tony came here from Manhattan, Gordy and Jake and Sir Billi are driving up on the scene, and they're talking in the car, and they go, or Sir Billi goes, "How do these people get visas? That's the problem with this country, you know?" I was like, whoa.
A little xenophobic there. A message for Sean Connery would probably endorse. I think he's conservative.
This is when they find the fucking mother rabbit dead, and I think she's paralyzed. Sir Billi just goes, "When a rabbit experiences great fear, it elicits immobility. But I fear her hind legs are completely paralyzed." I was like, "You do?"
They're shattered, probably. Yeah. Sir Billy always takes everything with so much gravity. You know what I mean?
Fuck is this? He really does.
He doesn't take anything light.
I have no clue what this quote is. I think it's probably Officer McKinsey or Officer McTavish talking about a beaver, or Bessie Boo or something. They just, I'm going to eat her one of these days.
Oh, no. Cunnilingus reference, probably.
Correct. This is when fucking Victoria's rambling about golf and the Gulf on the wing of the plane. She goes, "We're about to land in Miami." Miami? Did I say Miami? I don't even like Miami or the Gulf Coast. And no, I don't mean the Gulf Coast, but maybe I should take up golf and can bring Jack Nicklaus up here on my plane. I was like, shut the fuck up. What are you doing? Greek chorus.
Free thought association.
And then this is the very end in the pub, in the inn, when they're all celebrating. His daughter, Sir Billi's daughter, sees him starting to leave with Tony, the young Manhattanite hotshot, and she just goes, "I'm so glad he found a wee bit of happiness, even if it's with a brazen lassie with a funny accent and an enviable chest. They just don't make him like that over here in Scotland."
He's glad his dad's getting the fat-titted.
A fat-titted Manhattan woman. She's a weird accent, but hell of a rack on this woman. Good job, Dad.
Enviable chest. Yeah, that's great.
Good job, Dad. You pulled a good one. Them fat titties.
What everyone wants for their father, of course.
A big pair of boobs in their mouth.
Good quote.
You got it, Dad. So, those are our 7 quotes.
That is a good quote.
It's ratings time.
If I remember right, I'm up 9-0.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so I'm beating his ass.
I think you did very poorly, to be exact. I think you might be down 9-0.
Either way, I'm gonna make it all back here in Double Jeopardy.
First up, Rotten Tomatoes thermometer. What do the critics say? Yes or no?
Come on, critics for sure, Billy. To be like a 5%.
You win. It's a 0.
That's a Z, not a critic with a positive liking on this.
No critic. No critic thought it was a positive.
I thought there'd be one Scottish critic. Okay.
Yeah, maybe. What about the people's weed though? The popcorn mitter.
The people, it'd be an ironic. I'm gonna say ironically, it got 12%.
Oh, Seth wins.
Why?
Ironically, 22%.
22. Ironic. I went too low on the irony.
And then Metascore. This is out of 100 for critics.
20.
Yeah, you got it. It's a 17.
Nice. Okay.
And an audience score out of 10. Remember, this was, what was this? The number 49 worst movie of all time.
That's like a 2.6.
Oh, it's a 2.8. You were so.
Yo.
So let's just say
I beat Seth.
Yeah.
Beat him to a pulp. That skinny bitch.
Critics gave it a 0 and a 17 for an 8.5, and people gave it a 22 and a 28 for a 25%. What are you giving Sir Billi?
Sir Billi, abomination of animation. inexplicable storylines, hateable characters. And not in like the sense that you should hate them. The ones that you should hate were pretty ambivalent. Um, I think this is pretty putrid. I'm gonna go with a 1.0 on the lasagna scale. It's
Yeah,
down there for me.
it's really down there.
It could be scraping you. I might even amend that to like a point 0.8.
Yeah.
It's pretty rotten.
Mm-hmm. Uh, I was like watching this and I did the research and then I was like, okay, this veterinarian thing, it didn't have to be a veterinarian. That never really did come up.
Not once.
Gordon didn't have to be a goat that wanted to be a dog. We don't need a Greek chorus duck pilot. Why are
It didn't
beavers
add any of
illegal?
these things. Yeah.
The accents were terrible. The animation was terrible. Every single part of the storyline was incoherent. I hated it. It was a
I hate it
0.7
too.
for me.
Oh, really low for us.
Yeah, like there's not a single redeeming quality about this film.
Sir Billi is a disgrace to the nation of Scotland,
So if you
which
gave it
I
a
am
point
an ancestor of.
point eight and I give it 0.7, a 0.75, one of the lowest we've ever had on this.
That's I think deserving for this fucked up shit.
I think
As Seth would like.
maybe had Seth been here and I got to watch it with him and we poked fun at it, I think it could have
They had
capped
a
at
better time.
a 1.4, like
A better time.
at most. It was terrible.
This is bad.
Thank God it was 70 minutes. If it were long, I would have ended it.
That is the redeeming. You're right. It doesn't scoop so far into the worst movies I've ever seen territory. But it's close.
It's a half-star film.
Might be.
Yeah. So, and then I don't even need to say where this lands on our list because we already did the whole bottom. It's right in the smack dab
Wasteland
middle.
of all our bad movies, and Mac and Me and Naughty the Naughty, the good ones.
Yeah. So it's review time, and I got 3 critics.
Big Rog would not have reviewed this movie, Brandon.
He did not.
Who did though?
I got Peter DeBruge at Variety. This is actually a decent name. He said, it's woefully anemic with a simplistic story and non sequitur style, which is 100% true.
Lasagna?
He didn't give it a lasagna. Then, whatever the fuck, Fred Patton at Flay Raw? Do you know what the hell Flay Raw is?
I don't.
They said the ugliest CGI that I've ever seen.
Fair.
Yeah. And then lastly is at with Tracy Moore at Common Sense Media.
I think we've done her before.
Yeah. She says this has a bit of an identity crisis. It's an animated children's movie about saving an endangered being,
a bit of an identity crisis,
but with the winking sultriness at times of a grown-up action movie. It borrows heavily from James Bond in the introduction, action, and treatment of female characters, who are often shown with heaving exaggerated cleavage. There are some nice ideas about preserving wildlife and endangered species, but there's a bit of a mismatch of action and jokes here, without a lot of meaningful plot development and some iffy portrayals that muddle the positive messages. 2 out of 4 stars!
Oh no, just a bit of some problems with Tracy Moore. Pretty positive outright. That's horrific. Bad review.
2 out of 4? Fuck that!
That's fucked up.
Have you listened to The Beekeeper yet?
Mm-mm.
Because you had to leave halfway through it.
Mm-hmm.
Geneva was fantastic. Even after you left, she kept it up, and then Seth had to leave. His computer was about to die. It was just me and her. She kept it up.
Yeah.
But in the reviews, I've already put him down. Thumbs up.
For review of the year.
Down twice in our list. Ones that you said, like, write this reviewer down. Yeah. Unique particle. And in there, he was like, as an autistic person who's been scammed many times, this movie hit right at home. I love it. So we got another autistic reviewer.
Okay. I wonder if that's a good thing, that's the kind of movies we traditionally hit.
And he's been scammed many times. He loved it.
Of course. He's many, many times.
So my first, how many did I take? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Standard 7. My first one's by the world's worst writer, but writer WRYTER. WWW.
He just can't spell. That's probably why he's bad.
He said, "My nation didn't deserve this abuse. This movie is the worst thing that has ever happened to my beautiful country. Honestly, it was painful for me to even sit through it. But for me, but so me how I endured the tortured. I've never been so insulted in my life. Sad face, 1 out of 10.
An honest Scottish patriot.
Next is by Baby Dexter 4444. And they say, to be fair, you need a high IQ to understand the complex themes of Sir Billi. It's 100% Scottish and is so smart that only intellects like I can understand it. 10 out of 10.
Only intellects like him.
Maybe
maybe there's some like unearthed Scottish symbolism too with their independence and such like that, but I doubt it.
I really doubt it. Next is by Sir Morin.
A knight. A fellow knight, like Sir Billi.
Or maybe it's just Sir Morin. It's SRMORIN. But I thought maybe that was like Sir. Senior Morin. Senior Morin. He says, this movie sucks. This movie freaking sucks so bad. That's all you need to know. 1 out of 10.
It does. That's honest. That's good of you.
Thank you, Senior. Next is by Pipe Cano. Maybe Robinson Cano's brother.
His brother Pipe.
Yeah. He said, don't even watch this movie. You will throw up. I'm not kidding. Really? You will really throw up. 1 out of 10.
Really?
This movie only had 17 reviews on IMDb total, so I took 7 of them. I took
like 40% of them.
Yeah. There was not a lot of pickings out there. Next is by Zanzibar Slim.
Zanzibar Slim.
And they say, I've seen things you people won't believe. A surprisingly somber character study into a man past his prime, trying to skateboard from the ghosts of his past. Our protagonist holds a mirror to the society we live in and makes it hard to look away. A piece of film for true cinephiles, but punctuated with enough humor to appeal to a wide audience. 9 out of 10.
Guess we don't fall into either of those categories, cinephiles or wide audience, or skinny audience.
And pedophiles. No.
Speak for yourself.
No.
Yeah.
Honestly, a very coherent review for somebody that gave it a high score, though.
Yeah. I think it was probably ironic.
Probably. Next is by penultimate is by Javier Winston Diaz. His legal name. Nope. He says, firstly, the character's design in this film is abysmal. Every character is hard to look at it. Secondly, the whole concept is quite strange and frankly pretty sinister. Animals and humans live side by side and talk with each other, yet the cows are still milked. Avoid. 2 out of 10.
Yeah. There's some issues with sentient milking.
Yeah, right? It's like the mother's milk in Mad Max Fury Road.
Exactly.
They're just there to be milked. Man, knock our socks off. And my last is by, it's a long one.
I like this movie.
It's by Large Rat. A giant rat. B. Arthur.
From Star Wars. Yeah.
A large rat.
He's making an appearance.
It's funny, when I wrote this down, I didn't even read Large Rat. I was like Lagarat or something. No, it's a large rat.
Seth's all-time favorite character.
Seth's favorite all-time character says, firstly, the fascinating and unique style of animation used in Sir Billi is one I have never seen before. And if I'm being honest here, it's astoundingly beautiful. The appearance of the characters, the look in their eyes is ... alluring. Very alluring. Sir Billi makes me feel at home, and the curvy rabbits had me feeling some type of way. In the scene when Bessie Boo's mother fell off a cliff into a river and smashed her head into a boulder down below, knocking her unconscious, resulting in an almost fatal spinal injury, was unintentionally hilarious. However, I was disappointed with her toes. I laughed, I cried, and I cried some more. Little did I know, not 10 minutes later, our beloved and frisky little goat dog in his Kill Bill one piece would fall from the sky, smashing his skull into a metal him instantly. This was the most hysterically funny moment I've ever seen in the cinematic history. I laughed, I cried, and I cried some more. My only complaint is that it ended too soon. 10 out of 10.
Sure, Billy.
Go make
that
face.
was.
Thank you, large rat.
Thank you, large rat. He thought it was funny. He found the joy in the world, as he always does.
I mean, it was when you look back at it, you're like, the goat died. He smashed his head on the pole, like that.
But then he was revived.
Yeah,
Jesus,
but it was.
no way.
I was like, what? They just killed that man.
It was fucked up. Like Scottish wee kids movie, a wee lad movie.
So, a wee lad movie. You're right. Yeah, a wee Dave. I seen things you people won't believe. So, quit making that face with your eyeballs. That's going to end it this week. Are you recommending Sir Billi to anyone?
Not a chance. No, not a soul. Not even my Scottish relatives.
No, this is a horrendous film. So bad. So bad. But I'm glad we're on the same.
Icky.
Ew, gross. Stinky.
Official review. Stinky.
So, that's going to end Sir Billi this week in our installment in Manic March.
Certainly manic.
Next week, we've got another family film. We've done a lot of family films. We did Scooby-Doo and Sir Billi.
A bit of a family film. Yeah.
Next is Evan Almighty.
Ah, an oldie.
But
like 1943.
No, I think it's 2007.
It's a White Blackman movie, right?
No, it's not.
Oh.
It just did turn 18 years old, though, so it's legal now. So you can do the movie if you want. Yeah, we can bang this movie out. So, thank you for tuning in to Sir Billi. Please don't watch the film. Leave us a voice message on Anchor. Like and subscribe, and leave us a voice message on Anchor with your best Peacock story and your best Scottish accent.
In separate installments, please.
Yes, I need as many voice messages as possible. And like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.
Oh, get you.
The fuck did you say there at the end?
That's my new sign off.
Get.
My new signature sign off.
Oh man, Sir Billi was the worst.
One of the worst we've ever done.
It's so bad.
Some Space Jam 2 shit.
Oh yeah, Space Jam 2 was. Oh man, how did we not bring that up as looking bad?
That's similar.
Remember how bad the monster looked?
Yeah, so the fucking ping pong things, beanbag things.
The beanbags, yeah, kilowatt.
The horny kilowatt for the monkey.
Hey girl, you got a big head. Why you not sucking my dick?
Alrighty, Brando.
Hit me up with this recording in the morning if you can.
Oh, cool.
Oh, I texted Alex a couple days ago, but I haven't heard back. When is she actually? I know she was like organizing the DC trip. Is she actually going to DC too?
Mm-hmm.
When is she leaving for that?
Not sure.
Okay. Because I texted her to see when she wanted to do her episode for Twilight with Marina.
Yeah.
Because she could do it like this weekend or next weekend when it's scheduled, or the weekend after, and we can move whatever so that it's easier. But also,
you probably do it in the next couple.
Do you have a birthday movie idea? I was working on the podcast
For
schedule
me,
season. Yeah, for you.
I don't. I'll have to think about it.
Okay, I'm going to tell you what I've got real quick.
Okay.
Pull up. Because there's all the birthday choices too. So I've got,
Yeah.
you're going to be so happy. Sunshine Berry and the Disco Worms to kick it off.
Hell yeah. Finally.
Then I put in Pitch Perfect.
Okay.
Then my birthday choice, I picked Don't Think Twice.
Yeah, that's a Brandon movie.
Then an 80s B movie called Miami Connection.
Cool.
Then I've got, you've probably seen a Facebook or an Instagram reel about the movie Fall, where there's the two women on top of like the cell tower, but they don't have their phones.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And then if Alex wants a B-Day choice, I've got it there. Then I've got Space Sluts Month. I picked Starship Troopers as like a spoofy kind of movie.
Good movie.
I picked a movie that came out just last year called Atlas with Jennifer Lopez that I heard was horrendous. I did Jupiter Ascending as our big budget one. And then we've got a masterpiece. We can decide what we want to do. If we want to do Solaris or Arrival or, something good.
Trip to the Moon.
Trip to the Moon. That would be wild.
Be the oldest movie we've ever done.
Oh,
probably.
for sure. And then
Probably.
I have one more that I have a question, a slash. We can pick which animated film we want. We can either do Norm of the North, the Rob Schneider polar
Yeah.
bear in Manhattan one,
Yeah.
or we could do the Little Panda Fighter, another Kung Fu Panda ripoff.
Okay. Maybe, yeah.
Then there's Seth's birthday, which we'll have to find out. I put one down just for you, Speed Racer.
I love Speed Racer.
I know
Two
you do.
Wachowskis in this season. Nice.
Marina's birthday choice with Goodwill Hunting. I
Cool.
figured July is the perfect time to do Sharknado. We've never done Sharknado, but it feels like we should.
Yeah.
And then your birthday choice.
Beach movie. Cool.
So I figured you'd be
Birthday
happy
season.
with Speed
I might have
Racer,
with several of those.
Sunshine Berry, and the Disco
Berry.
World. The Little Panda Fighter if we do it.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
Cool
Or
shit.
Norm of the North. So
Good scheduling, Brandon.
thank you. And then I might toy with the when we do them to kind of get a mix of depending on what people's birthday choices end up. But yeah.
Scheduling, sure. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, Bango. Thanks for banging one out with me.
Yeah, we'll bang anytime.
Good night, pro.
Good night.